Hello, everybody. This is Brandon Diaz, real estate investor, crypto enthusiast. And what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be pulling the trigger on a Vee Friends Series 2. So I've been doing my research. Now, I've been following Gary Vee for quite a bit of time now. I think I've been probably following him since probably 2013, maybe 2014. I don't exactly remember, but I've been following for quite a bit of time. And I never pulled the trigger on the Vee Friends 1. It wasn't a part of the NFT space. It kind of felt like it was too high at that point in time. I regret that a little bit. However, I think it's a great time to jump in. But I'm really looking for stuff less than 1 Ethereum. So the first Vee Friends Series 1, it's kind of out of my price range when it comes to that. Vee Friends 2, that's been on my mind. I've been watching the price. I've been looking at some of the floors. I've been checking out the Vee Friends 2. I've done my research, and I'm ready to pull the trigger. So, as an example, I make sure before I pull the trigger, I make sure I read everything about when it was, first released, kind of the history of what's going on, what they're saying about it. So I also go on to Discord is another thing that I also do. Just making sure that there's activity inside of the Discord channel. There's over 370,000 members in the Vee Friends series, in the Discord, I should say. So that makes me feel comfortable. Made sure that I read my frequently asked questions. And then also went onto Twitter, just making sure that there's activity even on Twitter and just looking that up. And I feel pretty confident. Another thing that I also want to do is I want to check the floor price, or just overall just the sales activity over the last period of time. So, when it first got launched out, let's let my computer load up. All right, so on average, we're looking at a 90-day average. The floor prices were running at about 1.2 Ethereum. So that, again, I like seeing, that I'm able to pick it up typically less than what they've been averaging out, or what I've seen in the highs as an example as well. Like, they did peak, for slight periods of time at like 1.6, 1.5, 1.4, 1.3. And then that time period, it's also went down. Bitcoin, crypto markets taking a hit. So, all that has to be taken with a grain of salt. But what really has me excited is that if you just look at the last few days of sales, even on the V2 Friends, we're talking 79 sales, 86 sales, 109 sales, 101 sales, 111. So there's a lot of volume of sales. Now there are more items as well. Like if you see here, there's roughly about 54,000 items. There's a lot of people. I can just imagine. Obviously, it's Gary Vee. There's going to be a lot of people bagging these. Anytime that there's going to be like utility, I can definitely see people wanting to hold on to a lot more, especially when they're in the more affordable prices. So I can see people picking them up, especially in these price ranges alone. So I've been looking at. There's been a couple of them I've been keeping my eye on, and I've just been kind of studying the floor. And what I wanted to do was, let me just go ahead and click this buy now. Some people will make offers. Kind of one of those people, what I'll do is I'm watching the floors, and this one right here, this guy right here has been chasing the floor. I've just kind of been watching. There was a couple of them that I was looking at. I was debating between, it was this productive puffin, and I was also debating between, which one was the other one? Oh, it was the sympathetic squid, and it was really for the background, is really what I wanted. What I don't like about this one necessarily is that the squid is covering up. There's like a little heart right behind the head here. It's called Vee Friends, and then there's a little heart here. So I really like that one. So I was just kind of watching. I've been kind of just, checking all these. But this one right here, the productive puffin, they're chasing the floor. So I've watched them basically lower and lower and lower and lower. And another thing is if I just look at the sales history of this thing, at one point in time, somebody ended up purchasing this for 1.449 Ethereum. So that even makes me feel very comfortable there. And then if I also look, things that I'll also just kind of just check out, coming over here, is that I'll take the productive puffin, the scene. I really like the scene is one thing that they were also talking about that you should be looking at. So the scene and also just kind of your character itself. So the productive puffin, and then what's the scene here? The scene, there's nothing special necessarily about this scene. The Marathon Mountain. I just like that. It's a cool representation of just something that I just would agree with. So that's one. And that's obviously, I do think that the background on my little squid here is a little bit better. when it comes to that. But again, it's kind of covered up. But I really like the productive puffin just a little bit better on that side. So based upon price, based upon the background, and just what it is, I just kind of like that productive puffin a little bit better. But one thing that I also check is so I'll check the scene prices. I'll look at the floor prices when it comes to scenes, and I'll also look at it when it comes down to the characters as well. So here I am, just giving you an example of why I would pull the trigger on this one. So productive panther, no, productive puffin, there we go. What I really like about the productive puffin is that I think it's really undervalued right now. So there was a couple of them. There's some really good numbers, or there's some really good NFTs out there currently right now that are floored out that immediately jump up if you're willing to purchase them. Now, is somebody willing to pay that? I don't know. However, I do want to see stuff like this. So this is one of the better ones that I've seen as well. This is one reason why I wanted to pick the productive puffin, was that I'm purchasing this one at 0.49. Somebody else at one point in time paid 1.4 Ethereum for it. Somebody last paid 0.52, probably thinking they were just going to go flip it. They're about to lose some money in about a second here. And then here, there's another evidence of someone paying for productive puffin. Now that one's a little bit better. Obviously, you get to see his face, and also you get to see the Vee Friends in the background there. But they're asking 0.9 for that. Someone's taking a loss on that. But the jump from the productive puffins were really high. Like I'm looking at nearly almost a 50%. I mean, it's like more like 45%, jump up just from the productive puffins. And then it goes to a 1 and then 1.1. So, and then it goes to a 5 at that point. Okay. Obviously, that's got the I Love New York in the background. So I can see why that one jumps up quite significantly. However, I do like seeing that people are holding on to the productive puffins just a little bit better. So this is the one I want to actually pull the trigger on. I like the background. I like my character. I like the price. I like what I'm seeing. I like, again, the history. Just double checking because I'm about to pull the trigger again. And yeah, somebody about 4 days ago paid 0.52. They're going to learn a lesson. I'm going to hold on to this for a long period of time. Again, I think that maybe the prices may drop down a little bit more. However, I don't like to chance that. You're always trying to time the market the best that you possibly can. And if the market goes down a little bit, that's great. That's fine. I'm still going to ride it out. I still feel like it's undervalued at this point in time. Other people valued this a lot more at one point. So, you know what? I'm about to buy a Vee Friends too. Press buy. So here we go. I'm going to go check out. All right, we are complete. So I just purchased the productive puffin. Now, I'm going to view my item. Pretty stoked about it. All right, so Gary Vee, if you're watching, I support you, buddy. I'm going to put this on my Twitter, let everybody know. If you are a Vee Friends holder, make sure you like it, subscribe, and comment. This is Brandon Diaz, kind of just sharing my experiences as I learn through the NFT space and getting involved in that. I've been real estate investing for a while, but I'm an investor is what I really am. So I take opportunities to invest when I can. And here's a good time for me. Doesn't mean that you have to. Investing can be very risky, so don't ever listen to someone off of YouTube. But if you guys are interested in these type of content, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and appreciate you. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.